What's going on, everybody? Jacob here at the Nutrition Store. And since this is a nutrition store, something that we're often asked about is macros. Macronutrients, what are they? How do they work in the body? And how do we know what numbers are right for us? So today we're gonna go over exactly that. Come on, let's go. So in this episode, we're not gonna go over any specifics as to what your macronutrients should be. What we're gonna go over is a very simple way to get a good estimate as to what you should be doing for your personal needs. So if you want more in-depth looks, go hire a coach, a good contest prep coach or a dieting coach that can really help you with your specific numbers. First things first, what we need to figure out is how many calories we get in a day. If you look at the pyramid of nutritional importance here, we see that energy balance is the most important factor over macronutrients because every macro has a certain caloric value. So how do we find that out? Well, there are two dominant equations that have circulated the nutrition and physiology spectrum for years. That's the Harris-Benedict formula and the Mifflin-St. Jeor. But what I often recommend is going to precisionnutrition.com/calculator and using their very in-depth calorie calculator. I found that with the hundreds of athletes that I've personally worked with in my day, this is one of the more accurate ranges of calories. So go check that out. Since I've been tracking my intake already since I was about 15, 16 years old, I kind of know how many calories I already need in a day. I need about 3,400 calories. And that kcal simply stands for kilocalories. What do? We know our calories now. We should probably find out how much protein we need first, okay? The most current research on protein intake says that we need around 1.4 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Don't ask why it's in kilograms, that's just what we use the metric system in physiology to deal with it. In order to find your weight in kilograms, you need to divide your body weight by 2.205. So my weight in kilograms is 230 divided by 2.205. Quick maths gives us 104 kilograms. So that's my body weight. If we want to get to this number, obviously we just need to multiply that. And that gives us about 170 grams of protein. That's just what we're gonna say there. Next up, we need to figure out our fat needs because protein and fat, those are the two macronutrients that are essential for human survival and play critical roles in brain function, recovery, muscular function, etc. So we need to figure out how much fat we need. For the majority of people, I tend to recommend anywhere from 0.35 to 0.5 grams per pound of body weight. For me, we're gonna say 80 grams or so. I typically never allow people to go over 100 grams of fat a day when I'm working with athletes or clients, just because more than that, you're gonna cut into your amount of carbs you're able to consume. So we like carbs for energy production purposes. What's left? In the macro spectrum, we need to find out our carbohydrate needs. And how do we do this? So what we're gonna do is we're going to go back to the amount of calories that we figured out in the first place. And we need to subtract the amount of calories that we have from protein and fat in order to find out how many carbs we can have. We know that protein has 4 calories per gram. 170 times 4, 680. That's how many protein calories we're getting in a day. We're consuming 80 grams of fat and 9 calories per gram is the number for fat. 8 times 9, that's gonna be 720 calories there. We're gonna add that up and it's gonna be 1,400. We know how many calories we're getting in from protein and fat combined. What we don't know is how many carbs we need. We're gonna take this 3,400 that we originally had, subtract 1,400 from it, and we're gonna get 2,000 calories. That's how many we have left over to provide for carbohydrate needs. We know that just like protein, carbohydrates are 4 calories per gram. 2,000 divided by 4 is going to be 500 grams of carbs. If you happen to be on a journey of weight loss, you need to take this number that we found first and foremost, our maintenance, our total daily energy expenditure, and you need to subtract about 500 from it. Because doing that every single day will allow you to lose on average 1 pound of body fat per week, because 3,500 calories makes up a pound of fat, more or less. You're watching this, you're seeing this, you're like, holy crap, 500 grams of carbs, that is way too much. Isn't that gonna make me fat? Not necessarily if you are keeping all of these in line and that is your true maintenance. Obviously, your different values are going to change based on your metabolic rate. Most of you are not going to maintain weight at 3,400 calories. I'm a 230 pound, 23-year-old male. with a decent amount of muscle mass. So I'm gonna burn a lot of calories every day. Like I said, this is the rundown of how I get a brief estimate of how much of each macro you need in a daily basis. If you have questions, feel free to come by, talk to us, chat us up, and as always, we appreciate the support. Have a great day. We love you.